Well, let's talk more on politics. As the November 8th, 2025 Anambra governorship election draws closer, candidates from various political parties are intensifying their campaign in a bid to secure victory at the polls. Anambra is one of the few states in Nigeria that conduct off-cycle governorship election, a shift that began following a landmark Supreme Court ruling in 2006. Now, since then, Anambra's governorship elections have been held separately, with the last one taking place in November 2021, which produced Professor Charles Soludo of APGA as governor. Now, as residents prepare to head to the polls again in November 2025, there are strong sense of anticipation and hope. Now, joining us on the program this morning is the governorship candidate of the YPP, Paul Chukwuma. Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Good morning, Emmanuel, and thank you for having me.
Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, let's begin. Now, the governorship election in Anambra is holding November 8th. You are one of the candidates jostling for the #1 position in the state. At what point, what are your plans on ground to bring to Anambra people? You all left the APC to the YPP. What do you make of all of this?
Thank you very much, Emmanuel and Banke, and thank you for having me, like I said. My plan is very clear. I've got my agenda for Anambra State, consolidated in what I termed the HES. The HES, H in the HES stands for Human Capital Development. The I in the HES stands for infrastructure development. And infrastructure, we talk about soft and hard infrastructure. And then you've got the S in the HES, which basically stands for security. The biggest problem bedeviling Anambra State today, as we speak, is insecurity. The current administration, APGA-led administration, has failed woefully, to deliver the most important aspect of governance to the Anambra, which is, protecting lives and properties. As we speak, both in the cities and in the rural areas of Anambra State, citizens of, helpless citizens of Anambra and residents are being kidnapped on daily basis, killed, and even the makeshift arrangement of the sitting governor, codenamed Udogachi, is a big joke, because first, Anambra people, up until now, are still concerned about how we ended up with an Udogachi, scam, because as we speak, Udogachi team members are neither trained, they are faceless, they've caused more harm, they've put citizens into more harm's way. People have been killed by Udogachi, innocent people, citizens have been killed. Stray bullets from Udogachi has also led to the death.
Do you have facts to all of what you're saying at this time?
Yes, because you're a journalist.
You cannot just come on TV and make such allegations. These are huge allegations that you're saying.
No, I'm not. I speak to fact, and Emmanuel, come on, you're a journalist, and TVC, I know, has got a track record for investigative journalism. I challenge you. I stand by what I'm saying. I challenge you to activate where you are investigative journalist cap and investigate what is going on in Anambra State. We are dealing with a huge insecurity problem, and the APGA government is basically seems to have run out of ideas in terms of how to tackle this, and this is a huge embarrassment, to the Anambra. and yeah, that's part of the first assignment I intend to deal with within the first 90 days of my administration when elected by the good people of Anambra State. Because no matter what you do, you cannot achieve anything without security. You know, and the situation in Anambra is very appalling and is on daily basis. So the facts are out there. You can investigate it. And I am concerned as Onye Anambra that the current administration seems unperturbed by these realities on ground, because a couple of weeks ago, the administration unveiled a new government house, and then a fun city, so called. And I was wondering whether
let's keep the conversation on you this morning. Let's keep the conversation on you. But I like that you have spoken about security, that you have started with security. What would you do differently if you win the upcoming elections in the area of security?
Yeah, on the issue of insecurity, on the area of security, like I said, that's my first task.
Yes, you did say that, but what exactly would you be doing?
The issue of insecurity and protect lives and properties, and that I intend to do by leveraging available technology. Anambra is a very small state in terms of landmass, you know, with huge potential, and we are not going to sacrifice the latent and crystallized potential in Anambra State at the altar of insecurity. So the first thing I intend to do is to deploy technology and ensure that both the cities and the rural villages in Anambra State is secure. And this is not rocket science. Secondly, we have 181 communities in Anambra State. And if you have a foreigner, a strange face in your neighborhood, you don't need an outsider to identify such a person. So I intend to ensure that we have enhanced community policing, where citizens and indigents of various communities will be fully part and parcel of what we do in terms of intelligence gathering, as well as implementation of our security plan. I also would ensure proper utilization of security votes. And I wonder what the current administration is doing with the security votes, and we are dealing with huge insecurity. Security votes is meant, to curb some of these insecurity issues. So I would, without wasting time, deploy the funds meant for security, directly to that purpose, and ensure that the security agencies are provided with the tools they need, to
Mr. Chukwuma,
work with as we speak.
Just a moment, if I may just quickly jump in. They say talk is cheap. Well, you've made mention of a lot of things. We have the Agune Chimba security network in your state. We've had so much on technology in that particular state put to curb the issue of insecurity in the state. But let's leave that and talk about why you left the APC to the YPP. Is it that you are confident enough to unseat the current governor of the state? How confident are you at this time?
Yes, Emmanuel, I'm not sure I got your last statement, but if I understand your question, you are asking why I left my former party
Yes.
You could not secure your party's ticket, and you left the APC to the YPP. Are you so much desperate to become the governor of Anambra State? Mr. Chukwuma, can you hear me?
No. Okay. Far from that. Far from that. Yes, I heard you.
How confident are you that you
Far from being desperate.
You can continue with your line of thought, please.
Okay. I said far from being desperate. We have a situation in Anambra, and I'm a Nigerian because I'm an Igbo man from Anambra State. So our homeland is being challenged, attacked by all manner of insecurity issues, and I can't sit by when I know clearly that I've got the solution in terms of what needs to be done, and then Anambra can be handed back over to the Anambra. The issue, leaving the party, recall, build up to the 2025 governorship election. As a foundation member of APC, I expressed my desire to govern and serve in the Anambra on that platform, the Progressive Party, APC. And shortly before that primaries, the APC primaries, you also know that I am a long-standing member of Knights of St. John International, which is a noble adherent of the Holy Roman Catholic Church. I also have my own spiritual life, and I listen, I meditate, I also listen. So towards the build-up to that election, I felt that I should vent my aspiration on a different platform, yet within the Progressive family. You know what we have today. We have the APC, we have the YPP, we have the APGA, and as progressive parties in Anambra today. And I decided, on my own, after consultation with my family and my political structure, to leave APC and join the YPP. And it's still the same aspiration under the same progressive platform. I was in APC, which was a progressive a political party, and I'm now in YPP, which is still a progressive political party. So there's no issue about party or any particular problem why I left. But I decided, I felt as a young man that venting my aspiration on the platform of Young Progressive Party, that I will be in a better position to mobilize, the required coalition, needed, to enthrone a new government in Anambra State. And that is the Progressive Coalition, which explains why in Anambra today, my supporters cross across all the progressive parties, So we already are building a coalition where we have members of all the parties from across the three progressive parties, coming together to see how we can work hard, deliver the dividend of democracy to the Anambra. Anambra is in their stead as we speak.
Okay, I want to ask, if you come November 2025, if you do not win the elections, would you congratulate the winner of the election?
Oh, it's not about me. Of course, it's not about me. It's about the Anambra, and it's not a personal agenda for me. It's a sacrifice I'm embarking upon to ensure that I contribute my own quota to the development of our homeland, the Anambra State. So I know, I'm confident I'm going to win. In the unlikely event that I'm not the winner, and the process is very transparent to the satisfaction of Ndi Anambra, why not? Of course. I will not waste time in congratulating whoever that emerges. So it's not a do or die affair, but I'm confident where we are today that I'm going to win and, deliver what the majority of Ndi Anambra, have been yearning for over the years.
You have focused?
Well, it's a fine place to live. Time will not permit us to continue with Mr. Chukwuma. It's a fine place to leave it, and you've said that if you don't win that election, it's not a do or die affair. I must say many thanks for coming on.
Yeah, but I'm confident that I'll win. I'll win, and we'll come back, to marshal out our program for Ndi Anambra.
We'll see how that will definitely pan out. Many thanks for joining us on the program. We've been speaking with the governorship candidate of the YPP, Paul Chukwuma. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.